But speaking of movies, not to interrupt, but absolutely to interrupt and go back to my point, Chinese 301. Chinese movies are so fucking good.
I just got whiplash.
Chinese movies are so good.
So flippin' good.
So flippin' good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final episode of Bleat This. I am your host, Luke Guilday, and I'm joined by...
I am also your host, Hickey.
I'm Jenna Mcintyre.
And I'm Emily Haikes.
Today is an amazing day. We've got the rest of our team here with us to join us on this final episode, and it'll be an interesting one. We're just going to talk about our favorite class or other classes that we've taken here at Westchester University, as we have 3 upcoming graduates, which I'm sure that's an interesting experience.
I'm going to crash out.
Oh.
I'm going to crash out.
Well,
it's so scary to graduate. I'm going to miss everybody here except for you, but that's okay. I'll miss everybody else.
Fair enough.
So sad to leave.
But, yeah, so we're pretty much just going to talk about our favorite courses that we've taken. I'm going to talk about this capstone class.
I feel left out.
You guys just
there we go. There we go.
Happy.
There we go.
Come on, Jenna.
There we go. Well, now we have to get the...
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. There we go. So I will be talking about the capstone class as my favorite class.
I'll be talking about Chinese 301.
I will be discussing communicating in television and radio.
Discussing.
I'm not sure the course number, but I'm going to do, it's either communications and sports or sports communications.
Yeah. But anyways, let's get right into it, I think. Ty, why don't you start us off? Why Chinese?
Is it because I'm the black sheep?
No, but it's a bit that I have you go first every time because I don't want to.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
So chivalrous. I love my Chinese classes so much because, one, Professor Joe is one of the nicest professors I have ever had the fortune to know. She is so sweet. She is so nice. She would give me tea, and she gave me a textbook for free. I love her to death.
That's actually pretty cool.
Is so nice.
Actually
every
nice.
time a study abroad opportunity has even breathed the possibility of happening, she shares the information with me. Every year she gives me the Taiwan study abroad options that are happening, and I appreciate her so greatly for being such a welcoming teacher. She's so open to students learning. And I've had professors in like high school where it's like I ask a question and they look at me like I'm the dumbest person they've ever met in their life.
I hate that.
And no matter how bad my tones were, she was always very nice and encouraging in teaching me to speak Chinese, even when I had to do, probably my worst experience was when I couldn't get the tones right and we went back and forth.
I just hate when
it was awful, but she was so nice.
I definitely, because I've had it very few times where like there is like a teacher or something that it's like you'll ask a question and they're like, huh, what's this guy going on about? Like it's like I'm trying to participate in your class, like. But that's good that you don't have that experience.
Yeah, I've had a professor go, can I have an example of what you mean? And I start to give an example, and he mocks my answer.
The professors make or break it.
Yeah.
She's
definitely.
so sweet. She's so nice. Every time I see her on campus and off campus, we say hello to each other, and she's always so genuinely excited to see me.
Do you say hello in Chinese or just...
That's
Xiao Hui, ni hao!
That's awesome.
朱老师你好!
Right.
How come specifically like 301? I know we talked about specific courses, but...
I took Chinese 201, 202, 301, 302, and then every single LAN 420 class I could possibly take before it stopped allowing me to get credits from it because I skipped over the 100 levels.
Oh, okay.
Because I tested in.
Oh.
Love that my high school added Chinese for one single year.
Oh, okay.
Okay, flex on us.
And 200 level Chinese, they're harder than the 300 level classes.
Really?
Yes, genuinely, because it's a lot of really, really hard grammar, and then the 300 levels are kind of expanding upon what you've learned.
Actually, you know what? That is kind of fair, because I just finished up taking Italian 301, which was my last class for the minor, and the 300 levels were harder in the sense of, like, there was more, I guess, of, like, for the tests, or, like, the oral exams were longer than, like, 3 minutes. But the actual, like, learning of it, like, learning of the material was probably harder in the 200s because it's new to you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really know it.
I feel like I can describe the 100, 200, and 300, at least with Chinese. I've learned, Chinese was the third language I learned, Italian is the fourth language I've learned. But of course, I'm only in the 100 level Italians here.
I don't know how the hell.
Drop me in Rome and I will navigate again.
I'm still working on English.
It is a struggle in
Yeah.
English. I just am trying my best.
But like in the 100 level Chinese class, comparing it to like the people I've talked to in it and all that, it's like you're starting to walk into the water. In the 200 level, there's a drop off that you fall into. And then in the 300, you start to tread the water.
To kind of go back to a little bit, because I know we all had to take a language as like the requirements. What language did you guys pick?
I did Spanish, just because like I already did it in high school.
No hablo español.
So, yeah.
I don't either.
I took sign language, American
wow.
Sign Language.
I wanted to do that.
It was pretty awesome. It was pretty rad. And now I take Italian lessons on Duolingo.
Oh, okay. How's that been going?
Awful.
Yeah.
I do have a 450-day streak, though.
I mean, you're winning. You're winning.
What's your thoughts on
really.
Duolingo becoming an AI first company and firing all their
I
contractors to switch
actually,
over to AI?
me and my friends were talking about this the other day. I was like, I am so tempted to, my streak is like, every day I'm like, I have to do Duolingo. And I'm like, it is the whole purpose, is my overachieving self. But we were talking about it, we were like, because my friends have like 1,000-day streaks. They've been doing it much longer than I have. They're at like 1,180 days. I'm like, what the heck? And they're like, guys, we need to stop. And I'm like, but do we have to? Like morally, like, yes, we have to stop. But at this point, I put so much time and effort into
you've put
learning out how to say hi, and that's about it.
You've put in
Ciao,
quite literally.
come stai?
You literally have put in hundreds of days of
Yeah.
effort into that.
Yeah, the only thing keeping me on Duolingo is the Chinese is not always accurate, but it keeps me like familiar with the characters because I took a break off. I was being lazy, and then somebody actually spoke Chinese to me, and I was like, what? Because I was, one, caught off guard, and two, I hadn't done anything in a month.
I definitely have to like do something with Italian because I minored in it, and it's like, oh, I should be all knowing of how to speak in it. Nah. But I'm like, I need to keep like a steady pace with it, I feel.
So I guess in my fall semester of my junior year, so a couple semesters ago, I took communicating in television and radio with Dr. Philip Thompson, and it was probably the most fun that I've ever had. However, I will say this, he has since retired, so I don't know if the class hits as hard as it once did. So it started mostly with like voiceover work and reading like ads. So,
I wish.
Yeah, literally.
I love that stuff.
Literally, like being like super into like video games and animation.
Yeah.
Like voice acting is really interesting, and while it's not character voice acting, you're still putting on a cadence and a voice and whatever. So we did a lot of like ad reads. So it started with that. We did some radio stuff where we got to come to the radio station. We learned how to hit the post, if anybody knows what that means.
Oh, I think we went to the no, we didn't. We went to the studio's room, not the radio station, and they were just like, "This is a big camera. This is how big camera works."
Sounds so far that you got like the radio focus and we got the TV focus.
We eventually went to TV, but it started with
We
voice
only
stuff.
got TV.
No, that's awful. That was the worst part. I was like, oh my god, voiceover stuff, this is so much fun. I don't have to be in front of camera. And then they went, camera. And I was like, oh god.
Ours was literally for like, we didn't do any of that. We did not do any radio. All of it was like, you would make a video and it had to pertain to the news. And
that's
it was
god awful.
That's all it was.
I'm so sorry because that class was awesome.
I was a
radio.
little pissed.
Yeah, I prefer radio. So I literally multiple times was like, because Dr. is my advisor, so he's known me for 4 years now, and he's only led me astray once. I'm sorry to say I really don't like the class you suggested to me. But I was just like, we're gonna do any radio, and he was like, oh, like maybe like we're new to this, so we're trying to figure it out. To which fair to them trying to figure it out, because Dr. T left such a hole. He's done so much.
I never had him, and I heard such amazing things.
I haven't had him either.
Awesome. I was the last class for that
okay.
specific class before he retired.
Because I know he also taught Philadelphia Media Experience, I think, and now it's taught by Dr. Lorden. But oh my gosh, because that like actually, I would enjoy the radio stuff as well, like hearing about like the voiceover stuff. I'm like that just sounds fun.
Yeah, and I learned how to make a demo reel in that class too. Yeah,
you were needing that.
I didn't even take this class. I like kind of like wish I did.
That would have been.
Yeah. Just wait. I maybe if you were a few years older.
I know.
Took it.
If I had come to Westchester just a little bit sooner, I could have probably learned how to make a demo reel instead of having to figure it out on my own for an internship.
And he gave us like a whole website as well that like we could just keep all our stuff on there and then turn it into basically a demo reel. I don't have access to the website anymore. I think it was on like WordPress or whatever, but I did learn how to make a demo reel. So from an editing standpoint, it's also good. There were a couple like theater majors in that class as well, just to like
for like on camera presence and all that.
Yeah, theater acting is so different than enunciating for like television or for radio.
Yeah. So there were a lot of people in that class, and I'm a very shy person. I don't like to talk to people. Yeah, crazy.
I am too.
I don't have any friends on campus, so I sit there and I'm like, this is awful. But I actually got to like break out of my shell a little bit.
We're hanging out now.
Yeah, we're hanging out now.
Which is kind of awesome.
See, I was nervous to take any like creative classes because I'm more like black and white. Like I need like, hence why I picked communications and sports as like my favorite. Because I'm just gonna plug myself real quick. Yeah. I want to work for the Phillies so bad.
Phillies, if you're watching this, if the
for
Phillies
real.
are watching this,
Phillies, Eagles, a little mad at the Sixers, so maybe not you right now.
Flyers?
Well, yeah. What about ice hockey?
Listen, I'm a Rangers fan.
Well, actually, Jenna, I have a question for you. Which is worse, the Rangers fan or the Bruins fan?
Ooh. Well, one's New York and one's Boston. They both suck. listen, you have to die with your country, Philadelphia, okay? I know
No,
the Flyers suck.
Jenna, listen.
I know that they suck, but you have to die with your country.
If the Flyers weren't orange,
that's the reason.
it may change my mind. I hate orange. Like the color orange, it just gives me the ick. I hate it. I don't know if that's a hot take. I don't even think it should be a color. I hate orange, and I'm sorry, but like
I'm not a Flyers fan because when I was younger, I had a vehement hatred for the Flyers. I do not remember the reasoning.
You hated birds.
But gritty.
Gritty wasn't around when I was 5.
You have a right to love gritty.
but if the Flyers do want to employ me, I'm just here to say like,
wow,
I could be converted.
Yeah.
Like,
change your team color.
Things could listen. If you hire Emily, things could change to.
It could change dramatically.
You could love the color orange again.
Or we could just change the color of the team.
They have to be accommodating to your needs.
If you want me, we have to. No, I love the Flyers. I love Philly. That.
just the look that I received.
No, but like seriously, I do need a job. So I will work for the Flyers.
Fair. But so in terms of the class,
yes.
Why do you enjoy it?
Why did I pick it? Let's just say, like this third to last class, we played wiffle ball. We were supposed to have a test, and we had Dr. Lorden, and he just wrote.
You told me that.
We played wiffle ball too. I had a concussion.
Like wiffle, he was like, he just wrote on the board, like, let's go play wiffle ball. Granted, I wasn't in the best shoes. People were playing barefoot, but it was still so fun. But we also, like, I got to hold, just like made me fangirl. But it was a Eagles Super Bowl ring from the first Super Bowl. We had like a guest speaker come in, and he was like, he did like the filming for the Eagles. And I didn't know that the entire Eagles staff gets a ring.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
My uncle worked security for the Phillies when they won the World Series in 2008, and he has a ring.
Oh,
I had no
wow.
idea.
That's
So now,
really
I
cool.
even want to work for them more. Because I'm like, I want my own Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
Like,
You wanna
I'm
have-
Jalen Hurts. Like,
that's-
I went out and, like,
I mean, that's an
You tackled them.
No,
you're,
for
You're
real.
a center.
no, Jason Kelsey, who,
Literally.
that would be amazing because that is that is a priceless, that is a amazing item to have.
like, it was just sitting there on the table. And I don't know the one word that the guy said because I was just staring
you
at
were
that
staring
ring.
at it and the angels were singing. That's all you.
He's like, if you want to come up and put it on, you can. And I was just like,
Did you put it on?
I put it on.
how did you feel?
Oh.
Just to make sure.
Which one does it fit on? Which one does it look best
How did it
on?
feel?
I felt like I ascended. Like, I was just like, this is so cool, especially because it's the Eagles.
Yeah.
And, like, my dad is, like, a diehard Steelers fan. So
We got
I
a
was
bunch
like,
of traitors in that family over there.
Important is that she's an Eagles fan.
no, I'm, like, the letdown. I'm, like, the Eagles fan.
Letdown is a strong word considering that my fabled country, Philadelphia.
I love Philly. Like, ride or die.
Yeah.
You're
Except
not
for
a
the
letdown to
Flyers.
us, except for ice hockey. The
Listen.
Flyers lost me a little bit more when their goaltender got arrested.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. Realistically speaking, the Sixers is a pass. Like, that's fine. I get it. The
Sixers
Sixers
are awful.
they are not. I'm not a big sports
Trust the
guy.
process.
No, Joel Embiid can, no.
When?
Where this is going to turn into, like, a me hating this. I love the Sixers. I'm a diehard Sixers
Yeah.
fan. I can't tell you how many games I watched this season, and I hate Joel
can.
Embiid. Like,
Mm.
he was supposed to be the process. I tried trusting you.
And he let you down.
I think I could play more games than he could at this point. Like,
Look,
the man gets a hangnail, and he's out for the season.
That's so true.
I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you,
Call him out.
I'll
Call
start
him out.
watching Philly basketball again when Philly gets a WNBA team.
That will happen. I have a feeling it will happen.
We're the fourth biggest media market in the country, and the only thing that has been stopping it for years is that there's no owner.
I'll own it.
Guys, let's all pull our money together and
Oh,
buy
Let's
okay,
go.
but
I
as
got
long as,
$10
like,
So I
in
have
my wallet.
We can get
$20.
Nico Mule.
$30.
Yeah.
I just want Nico Mule, Paige Beckers.
Mm-hmm.
I will say nothing beats, like, Philadelphia sports.
No, because
Philly's
part
got
of
such
it-
attitude.
no, but that's
The
the thing.
Phillies, like, I literally am wearing your necklace because I love you so dearly.
Yeah.
But, like, we also have the hottest team in baseball. Sorry, not sorry. But, like,
Well, it's
Luke, you know all baseball players are good for.
I don't know baseball really. I know the Phillies.
I
but
say this every single time I see a baseball.
we got a
player.
game at
Yeah,
6:45.
let's put it on.
Let's-
Play
we'll put it
in
on
the
the-
microphone.
Yeah, we'll put it on in the background. We'll have the two cameras of us watching it, like just. Aw.
Like, if JT Real Cuto is watching right now, that's what we call
That
him.
was clever.
That's what we call him.
Did you come up with that?
I do. Yeah.
That's
I don't know if, like, I'm proud of that or not, but, like, I love JT
You should
Romuto.
Don't worry, it'll stay in the edit, and he will be watching.
Or
this.
Max Kepler.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sending this to the Phillies.
I'm sending this to the Phillies. Give me a job.
Give
Or
me-
Brandon
Here's
Marsh.
Oh, that
Don't
was
judge
a
me for
play.
that.
No,
Who
he's my
that
favorite
is.
player.
I'm, like, really disappointed in him right now, but
Fun.
I hope he
nickname?
comes back.
Fun nicknames for the Phillies when Reese Hoskins used to play on our team. Me and
Biggest
my
fumble.
friends would call him Reese Cup.
Reese Cup.
That's.
I
like
miss
that.
little Reese Cup. Like, that was the biggest fumble in Phillies history. Like, if we had him at first base and Bryce
Not the
Harper.
World Series they lost.
Don't mention that, man. Come
I
on.
missed the playoff game. I was supposed to go to the playoff game for a Renee Rapp concert.
Was it worth it?
100%. Like, I was barricade. Like, Renee Rapp was, like,
Oh, wow.
probably this far from me. And I still am not recovered. And it's, like, almost 2 years later. But
I mean,
I'll
that's.
say too, with that like fumble at the World Series for them, the only good thing was that one of my friends was able to coach the next day because she's a police officer, and she was like, I'm a little bit happy they didn't win because it was state championships the next day for the team she coaches, and had they won, she, as a police officer in Westchester, would have had to go on shift.
Yeah.
Because they're like, so many people have to go on shift.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, at least with like the Eagles, like win or lose, there's a riot. And there's going to be a riot. There's nothing they can do about that. That's just the beauty of Philadelphia culture.
Grease the polls.
I love
That's what Taylor
Philly.
Swift, when she came to town, she was like, grease the polls, Philly. Like, I'm coming. And I was like,
We burn,
awesome.
whether we win or lose.
But not before we get back to that, talking about the class. I just remember the night of the Super Bowl, walking back from your house and just seeing the mounds of trash in the middle of the streets, because it was just everyone was having a party.
it's euphoric.
It is.
It's awesome.
I love
It
seeing
is.
the guy that climbed the light pole.
Well, there were people who ripped poles out of the ground and carried them around.
I saw a video of my high school teacher like swinging on a I'm not kidding.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
it was awesome.
I will say, speaking of baseball, my favorite assignment in that class was we got in groups, I think it was for midterms or finals, we had to make our own minor league baseball team.
Oh, that's cool.
It was like relocating, I think the one in Delaware.
Yeah.
We ended up doing like the Tallahassee Turtles, like the whatever.
Were we in a group together for that?
Were we?
Let's all figure
Was
out
your
what
mascot
class we're gonna
Tebow?
die.
I don't remember. I had a concussion.
We were.
I had a
Wait,
concussion.
yes, I think we were, because we were with like. Were you with?
I had a concussion.
Okay. Well,
Sorry,
anyways,
brain
we,
damage is speaking right now.
we did the Tallahassee Turtles, and we did like marketing strategies. So I was like part of events. So I said like a Disney night. You dress up as like your favorite Disney character, whatever.
Yeah.
We made our own like jerseys, like our own logos, our own mascot. So that was really fun. Because that's as much creativity as I'm gonna be able to give, because I'm more like strategy.
Yeah.
But that assignment, like, it will be forever my favorite assignment. Like, it didn't even feel like an assignment. It was like so fun.
Yeah.
But
Can I say my least favorite assignment in a class? I'm a studio arts minor, and I love it for the most part. But there was my final project for 3D design. I had to make a chair exclusively out of cardboard and wood glue, and I had to be able to sit in it on critique day, like on finals day. It was the worst project I've ever worked on. I had mounds of cardboard in my dorm room that just took up the entire dorm room.
I feel like it's not environmentally friendly either.
No, it wasn't. And like, I'm not going to name names, but the professor was like, yeah, you could just go dumpster diving for some cardboard. If I have to do that for an assignment, man, I'm done. I'm done.
Just ask the frats for their beer boxes.
Did you pass? Did it? Did
I
the chair
got
work?
I got a B on the chair. I
Wow.
would have gotten an A, but I was so sad and tired that during my we had a participation grade for the critique that
So this professor made you do hours of hard labor
Yeah.
and judged you for
for the chair.
the
Yeah.
chair. Not only the chair, but your
Demeanor.
demeanor
Well,
whilst sitting in the chair.
Yes. Well, like
Was your posture bad?
Posture check.
wait, no, hold on. Last but not least, not to be cheesy, but I did really enjoy this class. As somebody that's in productions, I felt as though I didn't get a lot of production experience. Or your production, I imagine. Yeah. There's not a lot.
There's not a lot.
There's not a lot.
Not at all.
There's intro to video production, advanced, and then comm on TVR, and then I guess you could count media tech, but everyone has to take that.
Science and Media Connections. That's one's newer.
I didn't know that was a class.
It's a new one.
I know that next year they're making
I
like
think
a
you would like
Disney
it.
productions class or something.
That's wild.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Because again, of it being like as I was just saying, of like, I definitely do not get enough productions experience, so this was a perfect avenue towards doing that. I will say, if I could critique one thing with the class, it would be that I think there needs to be more projects that are like this. I think a lot of them are more so like,
hey, this is what we want you to do. Halfway in, psych, why are you doing that? I want you to do this. And then frustration.
That, but also like it being, of there being more like structure for like some of the projects. Because I know that there was some that it's like, it was just, as you said, halfway through where it's just like, hey, so this thing I told you you're going to do, scratch that entirely. And it's like, I know to a degree that is something that can happen like in the real world and stuff like that. But like more often than not, you're getting hired for a purpose. They're going to have you, do a specific job. They're not going to just be like, well, you're not going to do that anymore.
I think the class was like good experience because it also shows you like, obviously we have a great group here.
Yeah.
And I'm like not just saying that because we're on camera, but like it doesn't even like feel like work. It's just like a scheduled hangout each week.
Yeah.
Just talking or whatever. We just like lucked out to have like a good group.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I feel like everybody else.
No, I hate you guys.
That was so believable.
I'm
Jenna.
sad.
You really had
I'm
me
sad
there.
to be here.
Honestly, I'll get emotional talking. No, it's okay. But like,
Cry.
Cry on camera, clickbait.
no, but like genuinely, it also like you're not gonna like everybody on your team. So, like in real life,
Yeah.
So I feel like for us, not this group, but maybe our other.
Sure.
I'm not trying to put anybody on blast, but
If
like
you're watching this, I'm talking about you.
it's like hard. Like it's like you got to pick
Yeah.
up pieces. Like group settings are hard, and it's like real life experience. So it's like that's what it's good for.
Bad clients are part of the experience,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and sometimes bad bad coworkers are also a part of the experience. And so you can have both. You can have one, you can have the other. I'll just say I'm just so grateful it's not like my other class where she withdrew the day of our presentation.
Ooh.
And I had to do it by
What?
myself. I'm not really mad at her because a lot of bad things happened in her life within a week. Understandable.
That's a shame.
But the professors were like, just try to work through it. And I'm like, cool. This, and this had happened to her. And then I went to rugby practice. And I was like, team, I'm so stressed right now. I got to do a presentation by myself. And then I went to the class, and I was so nervous. And I thought, they can't leave. They have to listen to me. This is a captive audience. They can't leave. They have to listen to me. And then I just talked.
Yeah.
And it went very well.
I will say, like, I think that's also part of it of just being like, again, I know we're on camera, but like this is a great group of people that like are actually that are actually like they do their jobs and they do it.
You got it.
You got it. You got this. There you go. Like it's a good group of people that like know what they're doing. They do their jobs and they do it well.
I did not pull the rugby team this week.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm finally on an episode and we don't get a rugby
And we don't get a rugby call out. Yeah, ask all the rugby students
All
about which
30 of
NBC
them-
class was your favorite.
All 34, not counting myself, 34 of them would have said a different class, I swear.
Like each individual
Each
different class.
individual, they would have said a different class.
Do you think there's like a general subject that they would have agreed upon?
We have a lot of teaching majors, so it probably would have been some teaching class.
I will even say for the media practicum class, you can add it to your resume.
Yeah.
Like you add like 2 experiences to your resume. Like they'll let you do that. So like that's also like I'm pulling for your thing. I'm like defending your class now, but just adding that to your resume is like really helpful, and you're getting credit for it too. So
it's also like it's kind of like, I mean, it is like kind of mock internship of like it's getting you experience of like trying to work more professionally but if you like slip up on an assignment or something, like you're not fired, you know, or anything like that.
Sometimes you should be.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
sometimes there's an instance where maybe firing should be the instance, but unfortunately, I guess beggars can't be choosers.
And please keep this in. I'm like,
listen,
I've had a semester. Well, I've had a past few weeks.
I can add on another kind of similar point is like, yeah, I play rugby and I talk about that a lot because I play rugby in the afternoons and on Saturdays. And then the only time for me to actually work to be able to afford rent and food is in the mornings, which leaves negative time for me to do a real serious internship outside of the university.
Yeah.
So this class is really great for people who just don't have the time in their schedule to make
Yeah.
one.
Definitely.
And like messed up when they were getting an internship over the summer and started it before they talked. Who would do that?
I will say one thing, because we have a mutual friend that was trying to get into the practicum, not for this semester, but for the fall. And one thing that I've heard is difficult is that I guess just for some reason there are less people that want to take it in the fall. So like very last minute, maybe a week or two before the semester starts, they tell her, hey, we're dropping the practicum. You can't take it. You need to find an internship in 2 weeks.
That's wild.
Which is like...
They should find the internship for you then.
Exactly, yeah. It should be like...
Will you trust them to find you a good one?
I don't care. As long as I can graduate.
At least giving information.
Yeah,
at
they
the
send
very
out
least.
emails every like couple weeks where they're like, "Here's internship opportunity."
Yeah.
Like they're looking.
I'll say too, I think the practicum more likely runs in the spring because that's when all the seniors that are like me, where they have scheduling issues or they were, like I worked on an internship with WER, a women's elite rugby, but then because I kind of dragged my feet about talking to our internship guy that I didn't realize I had to clear it with them and then start the internship. And since I had started the internship, but before talking, it was null and void. It became I have to fix this now.
Yeah.
So the spring is a very, all the people that are like, my last chance to do this.
Yeah, I need an internship to graduate, and this technically gives me the credits to do it.
I would like suggest doing it before you're like how you're doing it, or like doing it in the fall semester, because then you can put that on your resume and maybe get an internship.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like,
well,
they'll see that.
Exactly. Well, like I have a internship. That's the word.
Take your time, buddy. It's okay.
I'm trying my best. I have an internship coming up in like the summer and stuff like that, and that was a thing where it's literally like I can write this down now. I'm like executive producer or something because I think that's the technical title. I'm like, hey, I'll take it. Literally anything, I will take it. So and I also just I guess from my perspective of like. It would make more sense, realistically, to take it my senior year, but I guess my initial idea was just like, I'll get it done. And then I think I've lined it up, so now my spring semester of senior year, I'm taking creative writing, advanced video production, and then 3 free electives.
Yeah.
So
I love the free electives.
That is one thing that I'm worried about, though, is that, like, being a, workaholic, I need to find classes.
You? A workaholic?
I know, shocking. Don't look at my weekly reports, but
Sometimes I'm fighting to get hours.
Yeah, I have been a little bit, yeah.
Every time I need hours, I just browse through LinkedIn and I pick whatever learning I want to do and I do it. I found a screenwriting on LinkedIn that was 5.5 hours and I did the whole thing because I love screenwriting. I've been getting really into screenwriting.
Oh yeah.
You can check my weekly reports. It's there.
That hurt. That sounds amazing. Like, I'm happy for you, but you have to understand, I physically recoiled hearing 5.5 hours.
What else am I going to do while I'm doing my
Fortnite.
dishes?
That's what you're going to do.
Fortnite.
You're going to play it.
#1 victory.
I have a
Royale.
problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like
Definitely.
fiending right now. I'm like, I need to play
Do you have
Fortnite.
any skins?
Fortnite. She had
I'm
to
so
skill
glad you
over-
asked.
Go on. No, let's unwrap
I wanna.
this.
Yeah.
I did get the Sabrina Carpenter skin.
Ooh.
Okay.
Not surprising.
Like, I'm like such a girly pop in Fortnite. Like, I think I was born in the right generation to like,
I was born in the right generation because Fortnite.
because I can walk, like
I
I
was
can
born
run
in the-
around
I
as
was-
Sabrina Carpenter,
Yeah.
shooting a gun.
obliterating men, and then just doing like the girliest emotes,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
being
yeah.
like,
There you go.
no, but I will not stray off topic about Fortnite, but
No, go on. I'm interested now.
my go-to skin,
I'm not gonna go off topic. Okay, let me go.
my go-to
Oh, you
skin,
convinced
Now that the
me,
gates have
convinced
opened.
me.
would probably be Kate Bishop.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you watch that movie Sinners that just came out?
Dude, I love.
Do we want to talk about that? Like her, I felt uncomfortable. I was like, that is my precious little baby up on the screen saying that stuff.
Wait, you guys have seen Sinners?
Yeah.
You have. Have you
The
guys
whole
seen
thing
Sinners?
has
I
been
have not.
spoiled for me on TikTok, and I
Dude.
need to go off of TikTok until I watch it.
It's
Watch
actually
it.
incredible. You have to see it in theaters if you can. Like, actually incredible.
Luke, next paycheck. Do you want to go watch Sinners?
Next, your paycheck or
My
mine?
paycheck.
I will
Oh,
watch
okay.
anything that Haley Steinfeld is in.
Yeah.
And just seeing some of the clips, I was like, I have to see it. But I was like debating on going with my little brother. I'm not going with my little brother.
Fair.
I went with my mom.
Ooh.
And how did that go?
It was great, except for the couple scenes where I was like,
Wow, what a cool feeling.
So, the air conditioning in this theater, huh?
Yeah,
But speaking of movies, not to interrupt, but absolutely to interrupt and go back to my point, Chinese 301. Chinese movies are so fucking good.
I just got whiplash.
Chinese movies are so good.
so flipping good.
So flippin' good. Sorry, man.
I just, no.
I
That's
just need a minute.
That's fine. I just like that was a roller coaster, man. Man, that truly, we must have ran around the full track, huh? We're back where we started. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I
I was just talking about what
hit the
skins I
brakes
use in
hard
Fortnite.
and then I put it in reverse.
Well, here's the
and
thing. Not to disrupt from that, but to go back a bit to Fortnite.
Okay.
I don't play it that often, but when I do, I am the type of player to.
Should we squad up tonight?
That would
I
be
just
actually
just
really funny.
uninstalled, but I will reinstall Fortnite on my PC to squad up with
That
the
would
gang.
actually be really funny. I need to get a new computer.
I got a Lamborghini, like skin for the car.
I thought you meant in real life. I'm like,
Oh, no.
I got a Lamborghini
if
too.
she
I'm
had
like,
a
oh,
Lamborghini,
okay.
she wouldn't be at Westchester.
See,
I
right?
probably could afford a Lamborghini if I didn't spend it all on V-Bucks.
And that's okay though.
Wow.
Like,
So
I'll
that's
see, like, an
okay, though.
emote, and I'll be like, I need
But
it.
that's important.
Like, if you saw me, do you think I would play Fortnite?
Probably not.
Probably
Okay.
not. Probably not. But
Yeah, probably not. But now I know whenever I find a Sabrina Carpenter skin in Fortnite with a Lamborghini, driving around in a Lamborghini,
That's
then
me.
It's you.
that's you. There was a thing I saw. I'm definitely, if I could have the Peter Griffin skin, I would.
They scare the crap out of me. I'm not gonna. They're sweats.
They're adding.
They are
They're
sweats.
adding Hank Hill. I'm not kidding. They're adding Hank Hill from King of the Hill as a skin.
That's wild.
I still think, I forget, I was talking about it with a friend from home because he saw like a Germa clip or something, and I still agree.
Germa.
Yeah, I still agree that they should add the Three Stooges to Fortnite.
I wish you could add your own skin. Fortnite. I wish I can customize my own skin.
Fortnite,
Fortnite, you
must
gave
know
Ninja.
that.
You gave Ninja a skin. Why can't I have a skin?
listen,
I probably-
It was that
I
2K
am the
fake
talk
skin.
of the town. everyone knows
Like
that.
a
There's nothing
Bitmoji.
like
Like
you.
you
We
can
have to
like
have
make
one.
yourself. So like
Yeah.
I'm like I want to make myself
would-
in Fortnite.
That's interesting.
That would be a cool concept, honestly.
We're like polar opposites because I play my skin. I play the like homeless looking guy with no shoes.
I do that. She has a backwards hat, no shoes, and a braid. She's in my favorites. She's in my rotation.
No, this is a guy. He's got long
Oh my god.
hair.
I can say that out of the on and off 3 years I've played the game, I have not spent a single penny on Fortnite.
I don't think I have either.
Oh my
Not
god.
committed
I have
enough.
a problem. My dad will email or text me and be like, "Why did I get an email from Epic Games?" I'm like,
It was
I don't know.
important. It was important. It was a tax write-off.
It's fine. He loves Fortnite. Like he gets it.
Yeah.
Like he gets it. If there's like an emote, like Tate McRae's Greedy was out, or what was it? No, X's. And I was like, I
You
need
have
it.
to. I have one other skin, and that's Jonesy wearing like a pink flamingo like thing. That's the only other skin that I have, and that's the only skin I use.
All right, guys, it sounds like we're squatting up.
It's
later.
kind of
No,
sounds
for
like,
real, I will be sending my Epic Game username in the group chat tonight, and I will be on it. If nobody joins, I'll be really upset.
I guess I'll have to re-download
I
Fortnite.
need a new computer because my computer cannot run it.
Can I play with you on my PlayStation?
I have a PlayStation.
It's
That's what I play
cross-platform.
on.
Let's
cross-platform.
go. The high schoolers I coach. I've never played Fortnite. I will never play Fortnite. Don't hop on Fortnite and try to find me. I won't be there.
So we
I'll be
playing
there.
Fortnite tonight?
So we're playing Fortnite, right?
If my high schoolers find out I play Fortnite,
Hey,
they're gonna
I guarantee you they're not watching.
Let me tell you about my night.
you
last
don't know
night.
about them.
Or wait, hold on,
Okay,
go on.
what'd you do last night?
Fortnite?
So, yeah, that's part of it. I, did my skincare, got
Yeah.
ready for bed. At 10 o'clock, I'm on Fortnite eating Ben and Jerry's Half-Baked.
That's the dream.
It does sound.
That's
like
what-
you live in the
That's
dream.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
going to do tonight.
There you
And
go.
we may or may not be there.
You will be there.
That
There's
may
no
be
if.
You're gonna be
happening.
in bed with
There's no if, but
Let's post game and go to Emily's. And
We
play
should
Fortnite.
stream it.
I stream.
I
You can
stream.
it.
I
Oh
know
my
somebody
God.
that streams.
I do
I know
stream.
two somebodies that stream. I used
Okay,
to.
so
We'll have to come up
this
with
is
a
going to
name
work. We're going to do
We're gonna
this.
do this.
tonight.
WC
gonna-
Talks.
Tonight.
We're like
WC
we
Talks
talk.
takes the town of streaming and
we-
also
And we
Fortnite.
put it on.
Where are we dropping,
YouTube.
boys?
Exactly. That'd be beautiful. Well,
That's a perfect way to wrap it
I
up.
think that's a beautiful way to wrap up this episode, and unfortunately, that is going to be us for the show. That I know it's strange. I don't like that feeling.
We are going to start streaming on Fortnite every Thursdays.
We're gonna start streaming 4 Epic Games. Let us know in the comments below who you think won this conversation.
I was going to
was
say, I
like,
don't
we
think
were
it's a
arguing?
debate.
I don't even think it's
The
a debate.
wiffle ball totally won.
I think Fortnite won really if we're looking at it, but
We're
yeah.
all winners.
New class in the fall. Fortnite.
I think we all sing. But anywho,
But anyways,
That's
Enough
all
about
the
us.
time.
that's enough of us. But that'll be it for us. Let us know in the comments who you think won this argument, and that'll be it for us. Thank you for being here. Goodbye.